No way.
Oh my god. Headshots. Fucking headshots, bro.
I hate this game.
What on the other side?
What is good, everybody? Gaming Veterans Unplugged, episode 8. We back at it. The boys are back. Unfortunately, we're missing Brian. Panda's, he's dealing with that new baby life, so we got to give him his graceful time, his time to sleep, and that's really what it is. He's not gone for good. We just want to clear the air. You know what I mean? We don't have a special guest today, so we're gonna shoot this with us three. We're gonna throw it down. We're gonna wing it, and we're gonna see how good we are, just three of us, and it's gonna be fun. So, just to catch everybody back up, you know what I mean? We're on episode 8. Thanks for tuning in and watching. If you're listening, thanks for listening. We appreciate all the love. Just trying to grow the channel like normal. So, hopefully we get to do some bigger and better things in the future. Daniel, Jose, how are you guys doing, man? What's new?
Got a new place, man.
Okay.
Oh yeah. As you can see, Jose is on the podcast from a remote location, undisclosed for clearance purposes. We'll just say it that way.
No, but I'm doing good, man. And clearly, I'm out right now for work, so can't complain. Having fun out here, eating too damn much, getting fat.
Yeah, if you guys can't tell, Jose got kicked out of his house, so he's in a fucking new spot. No, I'm just kidding.
Had to leave the state.
He got his gaming controller, his iPad, his camera, and his AirPods, and 3 changes of clothes. And one chain. I got one chain. Danny, what's new with you, brother?
Man, nothing big, nothing significant. Yesterday, two days ago was my anniversary. Fucking 17 years together.
Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
What else? Yeah, dude. Nothing too big.
That's cool. Keeping it simple, celebrating with the wife. You doing anything? Did you guys do anything for your anniversary?
Nah, she had to work. Well, we'll probably end up doing something tomorrow. So
right on.
With the kiddos.
Yeah. Right.
Because
hopefully
we have nobody.
Good.
Yeah. Hopefully the weather's good over here. So it's been raining.
Man.
It's been raining a lot and fucking cold. So,
but not snow though.
What's the
no? I think it stopped. It stopped snowing. I don't know, to be honest, but it has stopped snowing. According to my coworkers and stuff, they're saying that it's still supposed to snow, but I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
It's fucking almost.
What about you, Donnie?
Bro.
What you been up to, dude? I feel like we haven't really. It's been a while. Like, what? When was the last time? I think last Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
But it feels weird because we've had weird gaps in between because we went 2 weeks without shooting one, then we shot a quick one. We were on a time crunch for the last one that we shot. So, as for me, I got back into cycling. I don't know if you guys have seen my Instagram lately, but I've been on the bike, man, on the road every day, and I've been trying to do at least 30 minutes every day, just trying to get healthy and find something to clear my mind. And dude, I used to love riding bikes growing up as a kid, and then when right before I joined the military, well, right after I joined the military, I got into trying to be like Lance Armstrong and shit and road race, like road cycling. But obviously with my job and my schedule, it was just impossible. Right. And I was overseas most of my career. So I couldn't I didn't have the time to travel to all these other countries to do all these big races. And I was, not sponsored. That shit gets expensive. But my bike is 11 years old, mind you, full carbon fiber road bike, right? 11 years ago, it cost $3,800. Okay. Bro, there's bikes on the market now because I'm like, I need to upgrade because I got an old rim. It's carbon fiber. It's dope. It's nice, lightweight. I love it. But it's for those of you that don't know, it's a rim brake bike, right? Now they have disc brakes and all that kind of stuff. And I've been looking to upgrade, right? And bro, for the equivalent of what my bike is, you know, from 10, or actually no, my bike is 14 years old. I'm sorry, 2011. The equivalent today to what my bike was in 2011, which is like an elite race bike, you're talking upwards of 15 grand, bro. Crazy, right? Crazy.
Yeah.
No thanks.
So, yeah. So,
Get you,
what's that?
get you a Can-Am.
Yeah, yeah, right. I could buy a damn new car for that price.
Yeah, dude.
Well, new to me, right? But so I'm looking into getting into gravel racing, which is basically similar, right? But it's like off road, obviously, like gravel roads. Obviously, Texas, like most of the roads are not smooth for road biking unless you're like in the city and shit. And like even then, some of the roads
I was supposed to say that.
Yeah, even then the roads suck, right? So out here in Abilene, bro, like there's a lot of wide open space once you get out of town. It takes me 5 minutes to get out of town. So I do like 30, 40 mile rides. Most 90% of it's like out of the town, right? And it's good until about 5-6 miles out of town, and then it's like fucking vibrating, like I think everywhere I go, right? So I'm like, man, I need to get a new bike. You know, I need to upgrade. I can't fit bigger tires on my bike because of how old it is and the style it is. So, yeah, I'm just looking to upgrade, get a gravel bike, and maybe do some gravel races into this year, next year. Not to be competitive, like, and for that matter, but just to get out there and do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, getting on a bike in this weather right now in Texas is amazing.
Perfect.
Like, yeah, like high 70s, low 80s, man. The fucking sunset rides or sunrise rides, dude, it's nice, man. I don't really run into too many cyclists out here, so it's usually just me and my thoughts. And I don't really think about much except for the 5 feet in front of me, like not like how shitty the road is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Other than that, man, that's what I've been doing. I've just been trying to work on my inner peace. I guess I used to be an angry person. Yeah. I'm not. But here's the caveat, right? The caveat is I've been upping my mileage because I had to send in my scuff controller this week on Monday. Sent my scuff controller in. RIP, right? Brand new. Well, I shouldn't say brand new. I got it back in October, but it's the Scuff Envision Pro. The freaking one of the back pedals that don't even detach, like, broke at the neck, and then had to send it back. And they received it today, so they told me 7 to 10 business days. I should get it back, or I should get a replacement. So you know, I had to go buy a less expensive controller just to play, because I can't not play. It's like riding my bike now. It's like I have to do it, or I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But yeah, man, that's what's new with me. I've been, like I said, I'm getting back into cycling. I was into it a lot before. I just didn't have the time, and now I do, being retired. But I'm also 20 plus years older than I was the last time I tried to do this shit. And to be honest with you, man, I feel phenomenal. Like, I feel great. I thought that I would hurt a lot and be like, oh, fuck biking, right? Like, dude, I'm too old for this shit. Like, I actually feel amazing every day. Like, I do 30 miles, and I always feel like I can do more. So I think that's a good thing. So anyways, now that we're all caught back up on what I've been doing and what you guys have been doing, let's jump into some gaming related stuff. So let's talk about some news. Big news from today. Actually, the number one headline from today, and you guys are going to have some thoughts on it because Jose is racking his brain, getting mad. But one of the biggest headlines from gaming news today is pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch 2 in the U.S. are being delayed due to potential tariff concerns related to Trump's policies, says reports on NBC News. And I thought that was interesting because we were trying to figure out what we were going to talk about today, right? And for those of you guys that have watched us before and listened to us before, you know, we usually play like an hour of Warzone before we jump on the shoot the podcast. And every break that we got, these guys are talking about the Nintendo Switch 2, and Jose was bitching because he can't get it.
Yeah, man. I'm bitching more because the day of the actual pre-order release, which was like yesterday, 2 days ago, I don't fucking remember anymore.
I think it was 2 days ago. Yeah, 2 days ago.
Yeah, I'm over here swiping, letting my phone refresh. I go through Target because that's the only one that finally went through. I kept getting error. Finally got loaded on my card. Error. I get a charge on my card. I'm like, cool, I got it. I'm trying to get a confirmation email. Never got it. I was like, let me go to sleep. I'll probably get it in the morning. Nothing. I go back. Nothing. And still to this day, nothing. So do I have it? I don't know.
But
They charge me.
who charged your card though?
Target.
Target, bro.
But when I go to my purchase history, nothing.
Yeah, them bougie white people took your money, bro.
That's
you should have had your wife go get it.
Yeah.
So good thing I put it on my credit card. I'm about to do it. Nah, that wasn't me.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Facts.
That's crazy. Yeah, so
I don't know if I have it or not. So
that sucks. Well, hopefully you get that figured out or get your money back. One of the two. I mean, with all the tariffs and all the extra cost, you probably got some time before the shit even makes it to the States now.
Yeah, man.
The next batch, I guess, at least, or whatever, right? Because I guess there's some people who have it already, like actually have it in hand, or no?
Maybe like
I don't.
people who get to review them.
Yeah, like hands on. I don't think there's like for the average consumer. No, there isn't.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha. So, well, that sucks. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully you get that worked out, figure out your money or whatever. But yeah, like I said, good thing it's on a credit card because you can be like, oh, fraudulent charge. I don't know the fuck charge my shit.
yeah.
I didn't purchase this from Target. Look at me. I'm Hispanic. I don't go in Target. Are you kidding me?
You think I like Starbucks?
Yeah, dude, I got brown skin, bro. I don't go in Target. Get out of here. And I got a job, so what the fuck I need to go there for? No, let me stop. So some other big news. Let's see. Oh, this one. I saw this one. There's a big thing going on in gaming with a bunch of industry layoffs, right? And I think it's kind of been a thing circling for like the last couple of months, but they put NBC News put out a report that said that PlayStation's Sony, obviously, is cutting 900 jobs, and Microsoft is laying off 1,900 employees in the gaming division because of the transition to the use of AI in gaming and development. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of pissed off people.
Yeah.
And it's funny because there's another report that says video game performers have announced a strike, citing concerns about the use of artificial intelligence in the work center for gaming, like Gaming Work Center. So these two articles, obviously they correlate with one another. So I don't know what that means, man, because there's a lot of potential releases coming. I know RC was talking about it while we were playing earlier, and you guys were chatting about it. And I've seen a bunch of announcements for games that are coming out this year, right? Hopefully those games are done with development, obviously. But if we're cutting that many jobs and there's that many cuts, like, I mean, what's the fallout from that? What do you guys think?
Well, I feel like it's gonna go back to like how during COVID time, because during COVID time they did a lot of layoffs too. People were getting laid off left and right. I mean, clearly it wasn't because of AI; it was because of the freaking pandemic we were having. So I don't know if we'll feel it as much, just because like I said, we've kind of gone through it, where we've had a lot of people who were graphic designers or stuff like that getting laid off. So I don't know. Interesting though how AI is really taking over like faster than what we expected on a lot of jobs.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy to see where it goes. I mean, there's some AI stuff out there that ends up looking pretty dope, and turns out pretty good, but
it's noticeable though. I think all of the AI that I've seen and witnessed is pretty noticeable. And honestly, I think right now it's hyped, right? Because you just insert a word and then it makes it for you, But eventually, I think we'll get to a point where it gets stagnant, and we'll actually want actual art from designers and from real people.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm 50-50 on it, only because, right, the human population as a whole, on average, are lazy. So people are going to get to the point. One, they're either going to go the direction that you're saying they're going to go, or they're going to go the complete opposite and just be like, nah, fuck it, I don't even want to work no more. Like, it's not worth it, right? Like, why put in the effort? I mean, hopefully it doesn't do that, because growing up in the 80s and the 90s, bro, like every movie about the future was about robots taking over the fucking world, and here we are.
Skynet.
Yeah, like let's break it down, right? Like there's so many conspiracy theorists out there, and you see all this shit. Like TikTok, dude, TikTok now is like the conspiracy capital of everything. Like every other video that I scroll through is some conspiracy about Antarctica, about fucking, the
Oh,
whole
the hellhole shit.
Yeah, the hellhole shit, the space thing with obviously the Katy Perry space thing was bullshit or whatever, right? And then there's like
the Pope now.
Yeah, the Pope, and then there's mystery technology, and then the AI was around for so many years, and blah 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 blah, right? Like it's troubling and it's interesting at the same time because us old school heads are just like, yeah, dude, whatever, right? Like let that shit happen, let it happen, just be ready for it, right? But everybody who's a prepper or whatever, right? Like, yeah, you can prep so much, but I mean, you still don't know what's going to happen. So what do you really prep for, right? Like, so it's kind of interesting to see where this wave fucking turns over at and how it goes. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I do like I like when people put out information and they show like fact, right? Like so. Yeah. One of the big things that I've seen on TikTok is the whole flat Earth versus round Earth thing, right? And now I'm not even gonna I don't even care, right? I'll be honest with you. If the Earth is flat, cool. If the Earth is round, even cooler, because that's what we were told. But I'm not ever going to spend the money to go verify that shit myself. Let's be real, right? I'm not privileged enough to take a SpaceX fucking flight for $120,000 to just go up in the sky for 20 minutes and look and see for myself. I don't really care. I mean, not that it's not important. It's just, it doesn't matter to me. It's not going to change the way I live my life. Right. So, but it's funny to watch. But when people drop facts about like ancient Egypt and they're like, oh, these guys had modern technology that nobody knew about. Right. Like, I feel like that kind of shit is legit because have you guys been to Egypt? Probably. I'm not assuming by anything, but most people have not, right? Most people who don't come from that area of the world have not been there unless you're rich or you're fortunate enough like me to have been stationed there for some odd amount of time, through the military or whatever, right? So we went to the pyramids. Bro, I'm talking about dumbfounded, astonishing how awesome that is. And to think that those structures were built in the time that they were built based off of the timeline that people tell you how evolution of people, how we evolved as a human race. Like there's nothing in your brain that makes that, seem logical, but it happened. Like these stones, bro, are like city blocks huge. You know what I mean? Like how the fuck, like you're not sitting there with a hammer and a chisel and you're carving out perfect squares, 100 by 200 fucking meters big. You know what I mean? Like these things are insane. Right. But then, growing up and you get to 2025 and then somebody tells you like, oh, there were giants that once warmed the earth and they were doing all this. And you're just like, what? Like, and I think what it is there's been so much shit like movies, TV shows, whatever, right? So much fluff out there that people just make up and turn into a show that we've been clouded to think logically in certain aspects. Like, could there have been giants? Yeah, why not? Like, people are like, no, there's no way. Like, what do you mean there's no way? Like, why? Like, there's snakes, right? Let's just take a snake, for example, okay? What is a snake? I don't know. It's some fucking, like, it's an animal that doesn't make any sense, but they're everywhere. There's a whole fucking island of them. You know what I mean? Like, what purpose did they serve, right? So you're telling me that, like, those kind of things are logical, but fucking people or a species that was 40 feet tall is not logical? I don't know, man. You know what I mean? I don't know. We can ramble on about this shit all day because I could just I'd go back and forth.
It's funny that you say that, man, because in talking about TikTok, so yesterday when I was trying to fly over to Louisiana, I was laid off or laid over there.
Oh, that's why you're in a hotel, because you're laid off? Oh, makes sense. No,
I was on a layover and then my flight got canceled. So I was in DFW there for fucking from noon till fucking 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm scrolling the TikTok, fucking brain rot. and I started seeing things about giants, and I can't remember what they were calling it. But supposedly there's a specific area, and I don't remember where, and it looked like the handle of an axe. And then they started showing different spots that looks like the root of a tree when you cut it off. It's like, yeah, we used to have giants here. And then I see another TikTok about back in like World War I, somebody like in the chopper or something, uh, taking pictures, and they ended up seeing a 50-foot snake.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that one. Right,
Yeah,
like,
so
but it's hard though. That's what I'm saying, right? It's hard because there's like AI, like we just talked about, right? You can literally go into some kind of AI program right now and be like, I want you to design a picture that's 300 years old and make it look like giants roam the earth. And it would look
mhm.
so realistic. You'd be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like everything is so fabricated now easily, you know, like because of modern technology. And I don't know, like I think it's gonna outrun us. Like modern technology is gonna outrun us, bro. Like no joke. And I'm not saying in a bad way or in a good way, but it's going to happen one way or another. Like technology is gonna get way too far advanced that even we as a species can't keep up. So what do we do? You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying like Terminator, Skynet, you know, fucking shit take over the world,
Oh,
right?
it's happening. It's happening.
But I mean, there's people that are out there that are trying to create this shit. Like
Hmm.
didn't you ever, bro? Have you been to the movies in the '90s? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't build robots in your garage. No, don't do it. It never turns out good. You see that guy? Like the guys always die in the movies. Come on, the robot always wins. You know what I'm saying? Like it's wild, man. But hey, I don't know. We'll see. It's one of those things. You know, you just got to keep. You got to keep an eye on it and see what happens. Right? Some stuff's going to be questionable. Some stuff's going to be like, I think we need to pay attention to this one. You know what I mean? I think self-driving cars is where we draw the line. Cars can drive themselves because it makes the world that much safer. Not saying it's going to be that, but you take the human error element out of it,
Mhm.
and you know, if there's every car on the road, right, tomorrow is self-driving by some kind of AI or whatever, right, like Tesla, whatever they use. They're all programmed to drive at the speed limit. They're all programmed to know where all the turns are, how to slow down, how to monitor, right? I mean, you take the human error out of that and that you make it that much safer. Whether it's 1%, 20%, 50%, 100% safer, it doesn't matter, right? It's that in itself is an improvement. And the only reason why I say that is because I ride road bikes, like road cycles. I'm bicycles, sorry. And I used to ride motorcycles, but people in cars are fucking dangerous, bro. Like they have no respect. And okay, granted, it's a roadway, not a bicycle way, but still, if I'm trying to go from here to there and there's not a bike friendly lane, right? I'm not even taking up as much space as a car does when you in Texas when you pass a car on a fucking county road, right? But motherfuckers go humming past me, bro, like a foot off to my left or to my right. Like you couldn't fucking just get in the other lane and just give me some space. Like
Hmm.
I'm on a bike, bro. Like you wax me at
Yeah.
20 miles an hour, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get fucked up. Like it doesn't matter. Like you don't even have to be going fast. And then real quick to the dickhead that passed me yesterday on my 30-mile ride up to Tuscola between Abilene and
Dickhead.
Tuscola. Listen, if you're watching this on a County Road 127 between Abilene and Tuscola, that's only one road. It's a 2-lane road. If you drive a big ass late 90s fucking Super Duty and you rolled coal as you pass by me, if I find you, I'm gonna fuck you up. Point blank. Like, because you did that shit on purpose because you think you're cute. Like, because that was pretty shitty. And that, like the stuff like that, man, like, dude, I'm just because you're not fit enough to get out on a bike or you don't want to be outside, like, don't ruin it for everybody else. Simple as that, right? Like, I get mad because I don't see kids outside playing anymore, and then I take a bike ride on certain days, and I realize why kids aren't outside playing anime. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
because dickheads like that.
yeah, it's shitty. But anyways, I digress. So let's talk about another piece of news that I heard about, and it's also on here. I don't know if you guys follow Ninja. Disclaimer: I don't know Ninja. I don't think any of us know Ninja, but everybody Everybody knows he's a pretty popular streamer.
Yeah, he does
Apparently,
Fortnite.
yeah, because of Fortnite, he's pretty good, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't play Fortnite, but I know who Ninja is, so that tells you
Yeah.
something, right? He shared some news today that he was diagnosed with cancer recently.
Yes.
Oh man, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So even though you don't know the guy, you know what I'm saying? He's very instrumental in the gaming world, especially the streamers. You know, everybody who's taken keys from Ninja and what he's been doing as a streamer. Like, we just want to say our thoughts and our prayers go out to Ninja in your battle with cancer, man. We hope that you overcome that shit. And
It was like some kind of skin cancer.
yeah, some kind of skin cancer, yeah. But it's pretty crazy. So hopefully he gets ahead of that and ends up all good. So much love and respect to Ninja for that one. Good luck on that battle for sure. We're gonna bring back some unpopular gaming opinions because that was pretty fun last time, and
It was fun, yeah.
And there's still a lot. So all right, so now we're going to play the game. Unpopular opinions. Agree or disagree? The microtransactions in games make the game less fun. Agree or disagree?
I think it depends on the person, on the individual, right? Someone who is young. Well, I don't think I'm answering your question correctly.
Well, let's just put it this way. Like, how do you feel about microtransactions, and do you think that they take away from the game or not?
So what type of microtransactions are we talking about? Like double XP?
Yeah. So here, I'll give you mine. So my response to microtransactions is the game. Does it make the game less fun? Is no, because that's all determined by the person, right? If you want to spend money on microtransactions, like going into the COD store and buying bundles and buying skins, and that's your MO, right? I don't think it takes away from the game or it adds to the game. Now, there's speculation that sometimes, shit's pay to win, blah, 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 right? But that's not enough. I don't think that's enough to discourage people to play because, you spend $20 on a bundle in Call of Duty, for example, right? You get 2 gun blueprints of, they're probably not the best, right? A skin that's not in the regular game or the battle pass that you already paid for, right? So I think microtransactions are almost a separate entity because you decide if you want to make a microtransaction or not. I think for the benefit of the gaming community, they're a must. I don't think they need to be as abundant as they are. But if you want free to play games, there has to be microtransaction ability in the game, or the game's not going to survive. Because how do they fund the game? You know what I mean? They have to fund the game. And a lot of people bitch on the Call of Duty realm about, they put a lot of effort into microtransactions like in the store and shit like that. And but they have to. At the end of the day, they have to. In order to keep the game still free to play, like Warzone, like you're not ever going to make enough money or the right kind of money for that matter to invest in the game as a whole, right? So that's my. I disagree because I don't. It's based off of whether you want to spend money on the shit or not.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. It depends on the person, and so so pretty much someone who's I don't want to say old, but like someone who doesn't have time. I think it's a positive thing for them, like compared to someone who's a kid who has like straight out of school and jump on the game, you know what I mean? But someone like me, like, I get out of work, I got kids, I got stuff to do. Yeah, I'm gonna drop $30 so I can, progress quicker.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
And I agree. I think it's situational dependent for sure. Absolutely. Because I did that. I did that when I lost my account. I got a new account and I had to buy a couple bundles because I was just so far behind. Now, so in that instance, I definitely agree. What do you think, Jose?
So I'm the same way. Just like how Daniel says, is like, and I think that's probably one of the good things that I enjoyed because I know I sometimes, like I said, I'm busy. Shit, I travel, so I try to game when I can, and even then, I'm always behind on certain things. So I enjoy that I can pay it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I may bitch and complain about it sometimes, but it's like, well, it is what it is because it's like I don't have the time to play 4 or 5 hours like I used to. So it's like, and what's really like, if we're talking about strictly Call of Duty, what benefits do you get out of buying it? Then besides just I don't have to put all the time like all those little kids did to get the exact same skin. Now, we're talking about other games where oh it's specific armor or something, and yeah, sure, whatever, but I don't play that, so whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the only problem with microtransactions that I don't like is when it's like you said, Donnie, pay to win.
Yeah, and
That's the
and
part of it. Yeah.
yeah, and to that statement's defense, there have been people who have pretty much proved that that's a thing, right?
Oh yeah.
So
No, yeah, yeah.
in those cases, I absolutely agree, right?
Yeah. Do you think they I don't think they do it on purpose though, do you?
No, I don't, so I think it's a coding thing, right? I think it's
Yeah.
like, hey, we need to put some, some variants out there to get people to buy
Mhm.
some stuff, right? So they quick code it or they copy and paste from other coding and then they forgot to make
Yeah.
some changes. You know what I mean? And then the gun that you get is a blueprint for, let's say, the AMAX right now, but it's OP
Mhm.
because they didn't fix the coding in the game from the original
Exactly.
setup. But they
Yeah.
recently released a fucking update to
Yeah.
nerf the version that was in the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with that for sure. Let's do another one. So since we play Call of Duty, this is probably a good example actually. Story modes in games are very unnecessary. Agree or disagree? So we're talking like campaign mode as opposed to Warzone.
Mhm.
Obviously, for those listening, a lot of our references are going to be Call of Duty references because that's our main play. Um,
Yeah.
but basically, what this is saying is that the campaign mode in games like Call of Duty is unnecessary. Agree or disagree?
Uh
That's a hard one.
I'm like 50
it's a hard
50.
one. I think I don't know, dude.
This thump stumper, huh? Like thump stumper,
So
whatever you say it.
I'm gonna say 50-50. And just for that, the reason I say that is I don't recall me completing the campaign from the last Call of Duty. And I know I streamed a little bit of the campaign for this latest Call of Duty, but I don't think I've actually finished it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say it's pointless or whatever. It's fun, but I feel like eventually, like I just kind of get bored. I know
Mhm.
before I used to be like, I'm gonna play the campaign, and I'm not gonna play multiplayer or anything until I beat the game, and then I would switch. So like that would push me to like play longer and hurry up and try to beat the campaign. But like now, I'm just like whatever.
I think it depends on the game. Um because I didn't play Modern Warfare 2. I didn't play Modern Warfare 3, but I played Black Ops 6. And the reason why is because it was made by Treyarch. And I'm very fond of their storytelling because it's very it's not like soldier boots on the ground. It's very strategic or like
Yeah.
espionage,
Yeah, yeah,
something like
yeah.
that.
Has a lot of stuff that
And
you
I,
don't see all the time. Yeah.
yeah, and I kind of like that. I like that from Treyarch. So I think it just depends on the game, and especially since I got a PC now, like it pushes me more to play the campaign because I kind of want to see the capabilities of my PC, like
Yeah,
of
that's a
how
good point.
beautiful it comes out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point.
But yeah, like I said, it just depends on the game because I didn't find like Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 2. I didn't find no value in it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like even now that we play it on PC, because I know before we would play it on because of the console and for the trophies.
yeah,
And now I'm the kind of the same way. Like I think it still has some trophies, but I don't know. It doesn't really. To me, it doesn't. It becomes like specifically Call of Duty. I'm mad about it. Like clearly, I have other games that I play, horror games, and yeah, hell yeah, story modes are fucking amazing. But yeah, Call of Duty, I don't. No.
yeah,
For me, I disagree. Like I think they're necessary. Well, Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, I say they're necessary for me personally because
Hmm.
my situation is my buddies, two of my best friends, gaming friends, also right on this stream or on this podcast, work during the day, and I don't want to play sweaty ass fucking modes by
Yeah.
myself. So I actually though. To be honest with you, I've played every campaign, at least most of it.
Hmm.
Maybe I haven't finished all of them because get to a point where it's like, oh, like for instance, like playing I play the campaign until the mode that I want to play is available, which is kind of how it's been with the Warzone iterations lately, right? It's like uh they only have resurgence, or they only have multiplayer, no resurgence, no big map, right? I don't really care for multiplayer, so I'm gonna go play the campaign at
Yeah.
least until I'm done with it, right? And I'll do that, and it's kind of like what Daniel said, right? It's to admire really the capabilities of my PC build, one, and
Hmm.
then to kind of get used to the gameplay. Because granted, it's not the same because it's not the same fast pace, blah blah blah, right? But you kind of learn the key binds on your
Hmm.
controller or whatever, and because every iteration changes. Like you have to
Yep.
learn how to play the game again. So and then for me, like I said, it's something to do in the interim when your buddies aren't playing, because nowadays most people play games together, not by themselves. So it's about as close to a single player game as you
Hmm.
get is playing the campaign. And some people miss that. You know what I mean? So for me, yeah, for me it's I think they're necessary for that, for those reasons for me. So
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, sometimes you get like a blueprint or some shit at the end, and you get a cool gun or a cool skin, and then you put it on, and you're like, dude, look at this skin I
Yeah.
got, and all your buddies are like, oh, how'd you get that? And you're like, oh, I finished the
Yeah.
campaign, but then
Yeah.
everybody who kills you doesn't really give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Still pretty cool though. Yeah.
yeah, that's like, oh, I guess that skin's a lot brighter than all the other skins. Maybe I should change it. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Let's do one more. That'll bring us right to the good time. Let's see. Oh, ranked mode in video games are toxic AF.
Mm.
Mm.
So I'm gonna caveat this one. I'm gonna say ranked mode in games like Call of Duty, Apex, blah 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 blah, are overrated. Agree or disagree?
Mm. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
So
Why do you
I
not think
think,
so?
No.
yeah, I think it depends, man. I'm gonna let you go first with it.
I don't know, dude. I like rank. I like rank. I don't think it's overrated. It just it separates the casual player from a player who wants to like really sweat.
I don't even think it's that. Like, I think it gives somebody that's dedicated to said game, could be
Yeah.
whatever, Apex, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I think it gives you an emotional achievement to be
Yeah.
able to say that you're good enough to play in this mode where people take this shit way too seriously sometimes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I don't think they're overrated by any means. I like you, and especially with you guys, whether we do
Mhm.
good or bad, I enjoy playing ranked because the play style in ranked compared to casuals is just way different, right?
Yeah.
It
Hmm.
it actually, to me, in my experience, ranked play has actually tested my ability to interpret the gameplay, to
Hmm.
understand the game, right? I actually play ranked because I want to get better at the game because it teaches me different methods of playing. When I'm playing casuals, bro, I'm like, especially resurgence, like, fuck it, dude. There's 10 guys in here. Let's go. Send it. Right. I'm gonna come
Yeah.
back, right? But
Yeah.
like ranked,
Yeah.
it's different. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily care for like, oh, I want to be top 250 or I want to be the best in the world. Like, I don't really care about
Yeah.
that particular portion of ranked. I think for me, it's the
Hmm.
gameplay and the game style for ranked modes for me.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're overrated by any means. What were you going to say,
Yeah.
Jose?
I think it just depends because I playing like at least for a person who will play a lot more of like ranked Apex. I feel like it's kind of different compared to how like Call of Duty is because I do feel like Call of Duty could be a little bit more toxic maybe, but I used to enjoy playing ranked Apex. I know for a while I used to be like all about just normal trios, and eventually I would start playing ranked. And at one point I would play to try to keep up with Daniel or try to like overachieve him. And sometimes like I will stop playing for a week, and Daniel's like, "Oh, I'm already at platinum or this or that," and I'm just like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
So like, and I enjoyed it because it's like the same thing is like when I would go back to playing normal trios on Apex, it was like I don't want to say it was so much easier, but it was like my way of thinking is like, oh, I need to do this instead, and I would win better fights or stuff like that. So maybe I should start doing that more with Call of Duty now that I'm thinking about it. I'll probably get a little bit better.
But I think from what you're saying, like I think that's familiarity with the game that you're playing, right? Like
Hmm.
if you enjoy a certain game more, you're going to naturally be better at it because you one play it more, right? And two, you play it more because you understand it better, right? Like the gameplay is probably just more smooth for you for Apex or was at the time, right? So I think that's why maybe you feel comfortable. I mean, just thinking about it, right? Like for me, if we took the roles and reversed them, I've played Apex maybe a handful of times. If I go play Apex rank right now, I'd fucking hate it, dude. I'd be like, this game sucks. You know what I mean? Like, is it the
No, yeah.
same general concept game? Yes, generally the concept of the game is the same, but the gameplay is 1000%
Completely different.
different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think it's just kind of like, I guess, in a sense, like your upbringing in gaming, right? Like, what are you more comfortable with, right? Like, I'm more comfortable with riding a bike than I am getting on a skateboard. You know what I mean? So I think it's just kind of that, like your familiarity or whatever. So, all right.
It's
So,
crazy.
everybody, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Make sure you like, share, subscribe if you watch the video on YouTube. On Spotify, leave us a comment or a review or however all that works. Same as Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to your podcasts, right? Give us a shout. Throw in some topics. If you want to hear us talk about something on the next episode, put it in there. We'll do it. And come hang out. We're looking for special guests for obviously days it's just three of us. So if anybody wants to come and chit chat, we talk about military stuff, we talk about gaming shit and everything in between. So come hang out, man. Have a conversation. See you on the next one. Peace.